And we're live, back again with a video on Don Tesla podcast, whatever you guys want to say. If you guys listening from Spotify, make sure you guys follow us. If you guys listen from Apple Podcasts, make sure you guys give us 5 stars and subscribe. If you guys listen from YouTube, make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. And comment down below so we can maybe argue out with your hot takes and stuff. So let's get right into business. You see Getz and Will's right with me. I want to talk about the MLB is finally coming back. So the NBA announced they're going to start doing training by July 1st, and they propose a 60-game regular season and beginning on July 23rd and 24th. Getz, how do you feel about the MLB coming back?
It's only going to be a 60-game season, right?
60-game, yeah.
It's good that we had a season because it was the one league that was seriously in doubt of having a season at all. But 60 games, that's a sprint. That's not baseball at all, really. And that's like one of those stretches where you could just get hot. And it might be good for some teams. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like that's good for the Phillies. Like as last year, they were super hot at the beginning of the year, and they couldn't keep it together towards the end.
The team sucks.
No, I don't think so. But
it doesn't really give you a chance to get your team together because the Washington Nationals started 17 and 38 last year, and ended up winning the World Series. So, anyway, there's not going to be that much hype around the champion anyway.
The year before that,
yeah, but then they got a third pitcher, and then they had 3 aces. So
it seemed like when Bryce Harper left, the Nationals won the World Series.
One player can only do so much, but when you get another starting pitcher, they were always one starting pitcher away.
Yeah, but I think Bryce Harper might be a problem.
It's also surprising that the MLB is coming back before the NBA.
Yeah,
I think. Because to start the season before finishing off the playoffs and the end of the regular season, I guess you could call it, for the NBA.
Do we know the plans concerning where they're going to play? Like the NBA is doing one location. Is the MLB actually having people play at each other's stadiums?
I think they might. I think
probably,
they might be.
Probably might.
See, that sounds stupid.
They're probably going to do what the NBA do or in the MLS is just playing at Florida, at Orlando the whole entire time.
I don't know if they could get every game, 60 games per team. It's all.
Yeah, they do need multiple venues because you're not going to be able to do that.
I remember before the MLB started, people was talking about how the Astros, everybody at the spring games and stuff, they was booing the Astros, throwing stuff at the Astros. So I'm looking forward to play MLB teams attacking the Astros.
Jose Altuve's gonna get beamed.
I'm a Dodgers fan, and I felt like we got robbed.
You got absolutely robbed.
Yeah.
It was Clayton Kershaw threw 60 curveballs in one game, didn't get one swing and a miss. So that's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of how you know. But let's not forget so that when fans do come back that we can still boo the Astros.
Okay. News on for the NFL. Dak Prescott just signed a franchise tender for $31.4 million.
This was the right move for the Cowboys. Cowboys got a steal here, considering that Dak was holding out so hard. Dak's betting on himself. He thinks if he has a good season this year with all his weapons that he has, which, he has way better weapons than Carson Wentz, but he just can't do it like Carson Wentz. And he thinks if he has a good season this year that he'll get paid. But after the Patrick Mahomes deal comes out, then every single other quarterback deal is going to look like peanuts.
I think it was definitely the better move for the Cowboys because Dak Prescott is nowhere near as talented as Carson Wentz. So it's just better that instead of ruining all the cap space for the Cowboys, just to have an average quarterback for the next 4 or 5 years was better for them. and they could
I feel
decide
like he was offered a multi-year deal of more money than this, but
I
he's
thought
probably
I think that was like I think that was just like a
rumor.
a rumor.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't deserve like the money he was asking for, but at least like they got a franchise tender out of him, don't have to pay that much. And right now he has like he's the seventh highest paid quarterback with this franchise tender for this year. So hey, the Cowboys definitely got to steal out of this signing. So right next, so a couple of college teams got players got coronavirus, like Alabama, Arkansas State, Arbor, Baylor, Boise State, Central Florida, Clemson, East Central, Oklahoma State, Florida, and so on and so on. So, what do you guys think how the college football season is going to end up? Are they going to cancel the season with players getting corona or not?
The thing that's so interesting about college football is they have to start up so soon and get these preseason workouts in and everything. It'd be a shame to see college football go, but you just have more people around. You're on a university campus and everything, so it's just more risky than the professionals who this is their one and only thing that they have to do.
I think they'll still have the season. Like a few Phillies players just got coronavirus. I think it was 5. I think if they can get over it in like 3 weeks, then college football could be back on. If it's going to be 2 months, it's going to be like 2.5 months. I think they'll have a season.
All these college football players just probably came back from their house and
probably came back from spring vacation, like summer vacation and stuff. Went to the beach and probably just came back with corona.
And college football has all the different conferences. So if you're like Pac-12 and that's like out in California on the West Coast, I don't know if they're going to be able to start. But if you're like SEC and that's like Alabama, LSU, those places love football and they'll just play no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in other news, the potential #1 draft pick, and also he was a #2 prospect in ESPN 100 for 2020. Cade Cunningham decided to stay with Oklahoma State despite Oklahoma State getting postseason ban. If you guys didn't know, Oklahoma State got banned for the assistant coach doing some shady things in 2017. I'm an Oklahoma State fan. I feel like this is unfair for Oklahoma State, but hopefully, someone can change the NCAA mind to lift the ban so we can play in the postseason, because I feel like this is going to be the year. We got Cade Cunningham. We're going off. So what do you guys think about Cade Cunningham staying?
It's kind of a shame that he's not going to be able to play in the postseason. And the reason is probably he's made some special connections there, and he probably really likes the program and whatnot.
Yeah, I think his brother's like one of the assistants on the team, so.
Yeah, but that being said, I really don't like when these guys don't play in the tournament, like Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, when you can't even make your team to get to the tournament. But you have a guy like John Morant who can win a game in the tournament with Murray State. That's what really stands out. I never liked Markelle Fultz. I was like, how is he not making the tournament? Washington's not even a bad team, and he looks weird when he plays.
Yeah, but he's gonna be a future star, so.
Like playing Oklahoma State at home or something is like one thing, but if you see Cade Cunningham playing in the tournament, that shows you another thing if you're looking as an NBA scout.
Yeah, it helps to play in like it helps to play in the tournaments because of the pressure, because like the playoff pressure, and you get to finally feel like what it feels like not to play in the regular season, if you would call it that. And then it's just like, I don't know, it builds up like more emotion, more pressure. Like it's different environment.
That's why guys like Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz never learned.
Yeah. More like Markelle Fultz. I don't know about Ben Simmons.
Markelle Fultz, future most improved player next year. I am calling it.
No, definitely not.
He's going to skyrocket to 14 points per game.
I'm saying he's going to average 20 points, 8 assists, 7 boards.
That's a lot.
I'm saying he's important for the Magic. Like, the Magic should keep him him, Nikola Vucevic, Aaron Gordon, Jonathan Isaac, and Evan Fournier. That's a good.
They're building a
core
little bit of a squad there.
Yeah.
But
he's not putting up 28 and 7 next year. That's Ben Simmons puts up 18, 9, and 9.
yeah.
And he's 6'10". I don't think Markelle Fultz is near athletic enough to be the next Russell Westbrook, is the way you're putting it.
Oh yeah, he is athletic enough to be the next Russell Westbrook.
No,
I'm not saying he's the next Russell Westbrook.
He's not athletic at all. He
just
looks goofy when he plays.
He's just a
looks
two-way
so
slashing playmaker. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, you just like that because that's your 2K build. He reminds you of you because he can't shoot a lick.
Okay, so next in topic. So let's go back to the NBA. You know how the NBA starting up with the season up, and they just released the schedule out. Next week we'll react to the schedule, but are we sleeping on the Houston Rockets?
Nope, I don't think so. We had 60 games or something, and they only, started playing small ball for a little while, but we had 60-something games to see the Rockets, and they weren't that good. They're 6th seed in the West or something like that. They present a matchup problem for some teams, but it's gimmicky, and it's not going to work all the way through the playoffs.
I don't think we're sleeping on the Houston Rockets at all because they have James Harden and Chris Paul. Oh, no, it's Russ now. My bad. They are going to be a good team, but they're not going to make it past the Lakers or the Clippers.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a huge Russell Westbrook fan, but I feel like they're only going to make it to the second round. If they might upset the Clippers, but because honestly, they're probably not going to upset the Clippers. They might upset the Clippers. Lakers, they might upset because they're small ball, but the Clippers play just as small as the Rockets.
The Clippers are probably the worst possible matchup for the Rockets.
Yeah.
And I think they'd play them in the second round if they played them at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, just in case, the Rockets can win, if they just win a lot of games during the regular season, they can probably just go up to, the 4th seed and go against the Lakers in the second round.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement up there.
Okay. So, NBA have recently done some testings for seeing people who have coronavirus, and 16 out of 302 players has coronavirus. So, and Alex Silver said himself, the 16 people kind of worries him, that people are getting corona, and how Florida is increasingly with coronavirus cases each day. So, you think the NBA season might get stop again, or no?
No, I don't. I don't think the NBA season will stop because players like Nikola Jokic just got confirmed. He had a confirmed case because he came back from what was it? Serbia, I think. I'm not sure, but he came back from a country. He came back from a foreign country, and it's just what else? I don't know what else you expect if you're going to be there, spend long periods of time in different countries and come back and forth. But I don't know who the other players are. I still think they'll have the season though because it's I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of they haven't shown symptoms, I guess. It hasn't been horrible for them, I guess.
It's kind of late to turn back now after they've made the plan and everything. I don't see them changing the plan now. And 16 players, that's not even one player per team, and they can just miss some time, 2 weeks on the injured list or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like they'll still continue the season, but they're it's probably and also when they found these players have corona, they're not really sick, they're not going to be in the hospital soon, but they don't really feel sick at all. So I feel like they're
asymptomatic. It's
they're such good athletes that for them it's probably not even that bad, and they're young too.
Yeah. So let's get on to the next thing pull up this right now. Oh, this is not. We're not doing this one yet. NBA players who are sitting out. So here is like, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So here are lists of players who are sitting out. So the first player is Willie Cauley-Stein. Willie Cauley-Stein reported that he's going to opt out playing because him and his partner are expecting a new child in July.
That's very reasonable.
Mhm.
I wonder if he would make the same decision if he was playing for a team that could actually win.
Yeah. And then we got Avery Bradley. He said that he can't leave California because his 6-year-old son has a respiratory illness. So that's explainable.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers have depth. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get J.R. Smith for Nick Young.
Yes, J.R. Smith.
And we got David Bertans. He's just sitting out because he's a free agency. He's going to be in free agency. He doesn't want to injure himself, being selfish.
This is a nice pickup for any team.
Good shooter.
Well, the Washington Wizards had literally zero chance. They got in barely by how it was set up. And they're terrible.
Only reason why they're in because they're in because they didn't get eliminated yet. They was about to get eliminated to see the continue.
Yeah.
A couple more
They are
days.
so bad.
And John Wall's hurt also, isn't he?
Yeah, John Wall's still hurt.
Very badly.
Davis Bertans is that nice European stretch
Shooter.
four
Yeah,
that every team could use.
I remember I heard about
Sixers
him he came from that Kawhi trade, and that Kawhi trade from the Pacers to the Spurs. He came from that trade. And I started hearing him from 2 years ago when he was on the Spurs. So yeah, Davis Bertans, he's going to be
It's a nice little pickup in free agency. I can see the Sixers.
The Sixers were looking for him during
The deadline.
Trade deadline, yeah.
So next player is Trevor Ariza. So his wife is not. He can't go because he needs to pay his owing visitations considerations with his son. So that's a explainable reason. It's probably gonna hurt a lot for the Trailblazers because they need the depth to make a playoff push. But
yeah.
And then you got Bojan Bogdanovic. He went through wrist surgeries in May. So I think
That's explainable.
About this. Yeah, we talked about this 2 podcasts ago. So that's gonna hurt the Jazz a lot.
Yeah, that's why we said Jazz were probably getting bounced first round. One of the reasons, along with Joe Ingles.
Yeah.
And then we got Kelly Oubre Jr. He said he's not playing because he suffered a knee injury before coronavirus shut down. So explainable.
Suns are again one of those teams that's just only there because of the format.
Yeah. And then we got the Spurs. Marcus Aldridge went through shoulder surgery during April.
That's fair, but the Spurs are a good team. So
if it was the usual stuff, he'd probably rush back. If it was just a usual playoff year, but
yeah,
Spurs are a good underrated team. No, they're I feel like they're actually underrated a little bit.
A little bit,
just a little.
Okay, we got Courtney Lee of the Dallas Mavericks.
Suffered a calf injury working out during the shutdown. Lame.
So I heard that the Mavericks just picked up Trey Burke for replacement for Courtney Lee. So that's gonna be a nice pickup because remember Sixers had Trey Burke. Some dumb reason they waived him. Dumb reason.
Because he's an older veteran.
He's only 28.
What's Howell Neto?
Yeah, trash can.
He's better than Trey Burke.
That's
what the Sixers thought, at least.
Yeah. All Sixers fans know that they rather have Trey Burke than Raul Neto.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just don't want to admit it ever. And I don't know what the Sixers are thinking.
And then we got the snake from DC.
Okay.
Oh, what were you saying?
He tore his ACL or his Achilles?
He's still suffering from the Achilles injury.
And
even though he said he was going to play in the Olympics this year, that was probably going to happen in August, the same time
the NBA is returning.
He's still not playing. That's why he's the Snake from DC. And then we got Kyrie Irving. You already know he's still recovering from the shoulder injury. And then he's not going just because he's against the NBA playing in Orlando because of the Black Lives Matter protests.
Yeah, whatever, Kyrie. Yeah. Nobody's going to miss you.
He's high. And then we got some questionable people. First off is DeMarcus Cousins. He's currently a free agent, but he's still suffering from the torn ACL. But if he is playing, that'd be a nice pickup for any team. This DeMarcus Cousins.
He would be a great pickup for not the Sixers because they have backup big man depth too.
How long has it been since this guy has played basketball, man?
Since like the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, before that he was injured. Then he played for like a month, and now he's injured again.
This guy loves being hurt.
Honestly, I feel bad
for him. Actually,
I feel bad for him. Like
yeah, I feel
Achilles injury. I was watching that game, like Rockets versus Pelicans, and like the Pelicans looked like they was going to make it far in the playoffs too, like second round probably.
Oh my gosh, he's been on so many teams now.
Yeah.
Kings, Pelicans, Warriors, Lakers.
First, the Kings did him
good
dirty.
Teams.
He got to the Pelicans, and then he was doing good with Anthony Davis. Like they was making the Twin Tower, but like I don't want to make the joke, but
we get that. We get the 2K reference.
Then he made the nastiest 2K like play now team ever with the Warriors. Even though he played like 5 games.
Yeah.
Sucks. Sucks he can never get it done.
He was a ring chaser too. Don't forget about that.
Oh no.
A bad ring chaser because he lost.
Can't forget about that. He went to the Warriors for what reason? To win a ring. What did they do? They lost.
And yeah. And then we got Dwight Howard, who plays for the Lakers. He hasn't decided yet because he heard he's thinking about sitting out because like the Black Lives Matter protests and stuff.
He definitely should play. He could help that team a lot more than
and he can get a ring.
Than he thinks. Yeah, exactly.
Ring. Dwight. That's what you've been playing your whole career for.
Exactly. You've always wanted this. You've been bounced team to team. Like you could. This is your year. I don't get it. I don't get why some people are doing this.
Yeah. So we got Justice Winslow. He's still suffering from that injury that he had before the NBA shut down, and so he hasn't decided if he's going to play or not. And that's probably going to hurt the Grizzlies a lot.
Yeah, they could be a nice team. They could be a little dark horse team.
They're still making it easy.
They need those depth guys to play.
And then here's the list of available free agents they can take. From this list, who do you think what team should pick up and what
Jamal Crawford?
Jordan Bell, forward. He played for the Warriors. He got a ring with the Warriors.
Yeah.
He's nice.
I've got to take out Trey Burke, as you guys see right here. But I feel like the Lakers are definitely going to take J.R. Smith or maybe Nick Young.
Iman Shumpert, also somebody that LeBron's done work with.
Lance Stevenson, also
Alonzo Trier, because like the Knicks just weigh Alonzo Trier and Kadeem Allen. Those are 2 young guards that can probably help your team a lot.
Ryan Anderson, he's like another stretch 4 that any team could use.
Isaiah Thomas, that'd be a perfect pickup.
Sucks.
He was doing good for the Wizards too.
Getz always says in gym class, I could definitely beat Isaiah Thomas in the game to 11.
Maybe he'll respond to my call out one day.
Yeah, like Isaiah Thomas, if you're watching, Getz wants to 1v1.
I could beat Isaiah Thomas 1v1 right now. Post this clip on the TikTok. I could beat Isaiah Thomas 1v1.
I'll bet my house, my computer, my phone, all my money in my wallet just for Isaiah Thomas to beat you 21-0, Getz.
Dude, it's like the DeMarcus Cousins, what's it called?
Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But I feel like teams like the Sixers, like they probably want to pick up like some more outside shooters like Alonzo Trier. They got Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, right. Lance Stevenson, I wouldn't even be.
Tyler Johnson.
He's a good fit. Nick Young.
And Iman Shumpert.
Alan Crabb. I don't know.
Like,
I
and
would
Like I was saying that I could beat Isaiah Thomas back when he was on the Celtics. Now I could 11-0 skunk him.
okay, shut up, guys. You're not going to be Isaiah Thomas. Get off of this. Oh, I'm going to be Isaiah Thomas just because he's short. Remember, he was like fourth for MVP race that one year on Celtics.
Yeah.
And we already know who won MVP that year. Russell Westbrook.
Yo, I don't care about Russell Westbrook.
Okay, just some other free agents that struck my eye. Alan Crabb is a good shooter.
Yeah, he's a great shooter.
And I had one more.
CJ Miles is pretty good.
Yeah. I wouldn't sign a guy like Jamal Crawford or so. Oh, Pau Gasol. Yeah. Any team could use Pau Gasol right now.
Yeah.
Like if the Lakers aren't going to get Dwight Howard, Pau Gasol isn't like
if
as athletic, but
yeah.
he's been on that team before.
And Ryan Anderson can be a nice pickup too for the Lakers.
Yeah, Ryan Anderson or the Sixers, some team that needs a shooter.
Sixers need a lot of things.
A forward, like
a
Jordan
head
Bell,
coach,
a stretch forward,
Nick
a
Young.
front office. Like Sixers are just not a good team.
Or just like a backup shooting guard, because actually Shake Milton's been like getting really
Shake
hot.
Milton.
It's probably like the Sixers probably gonna run like with Shake Milton, Al Horford coming off the bench, and it's probably gonna run Ben, Matisse Thybulle, Josh Richardson, Tobias, and Joel.
I just don't see what they see in Zaire Smith though. The Sixers like
Oh my God, Zaire Smith.
they could easily get a better shooting guard in free agency. Just get like J.R. Smith, I don't know, Isaiah Thomas, C.J. Miles, Alan Crabb. Any of these guys.
Isn't that the guy they traded for Mikal Bridges?
Yeah, Mikal Bridges. You guys saw they drafted Mikal Bridges, a guy from Philadelphia. From Philadelphia, grew up in Philadelphia, went to Villanova.
Villanova legend.
Won a championship there. He was supposed to go to Philadelphia to win a championship with them.
Was he
and
on
guess what?
both?
Brett Brown was the GM for that year, for that one part of the season.
Was Bridges on the 16 and 18 squad?
And they traded him away. Like, his mom works for the Sixers. Like, Brett Brown is heartless, okay? He doesn't have a heart.
He definitely does not have a heart.
Okay, so right here, I'm just gonna ask you guys your opinion on these NBA young cores. Like, who has the best young core out of the whole entire NBA? And who
Philadelphia
has,
76ers.
Shut up. And who has the most potential?
Philadelphia 76ers.
So the first team, the Phoenix Suns. As you guys see here, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, that the Sixers traded, Cameron Johnson, Ty Jerome, and Kelly Oubre Jr. And they have their draft picks too. They have their own draft picks. So that's the most important part of building a team, having your draft picks. So what do you guys think about this NBA young core? You think they're gonna do something in the future or no?
Yeah, this is definitely a young core to keep together. For me, I'd say that.
They couldn't really get anything going together this year, could they?
I know, but look at those ages.
And also, they can't be in the playoffs this year.
I just don't know. Devin Booker, he's been trying for three years now.
Well, like, DeAndre Ayton's like literally the best team he got in a long time, besides Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a nice – and Cameron Johnson was a nice pickup too. And
Mikal Bridges, Kelly Oubre. Yeah, those guys are legit.
Like, the Suns definitely made mistakes in the past, but, like, Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, Cameron Johnson.
And they own all their draft picks here.
Yeah.
So
like some teams.
It's not that you're going to draft players, but you're going to use them to get, like, already established players who you know are good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next team, the Memphis Grizzlies.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Now this
that is going to be a team. They're already making the playoffs. They're already ahead of the Suns.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying about the Suns. Like, the difference between the Suns and the Grizzlies right now, the Grizzlies
they already have like a starting lineup. That's the thing.
Exactly. They're young and talented, and they're so much better.
Mm-hmm. Like, maybe the small forward position can like work up a little bit if Justice Winslow can prove to be a good starting small forward.
Exactly.
But honestly, this team, the Grizzlies, as soon as John Morant came there, like, think about it. Before John Morant, it was like Mike Conley and Marcus Gasol. They were already tanking. Like, they weren't winning games at all. John Morant came in there, playoff team right away.
Exactly. That's insane. John Morant is going to be so good in this
I
league.
was on the John Morant bandwagon last year. I remember I put Murray State as the win it all.
Oh, I thought you had him going to the Final Four. I forgot.
Wait,
I had them. I had them winning
Four.
their first round and getting bounced, which I turned out to be correct, as usual.
Okay.
Yeah, I always trust Gatz's gut on the brackets and shit. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
And also they don't have their own first round pick for like this year, and then Boston has their first round pick for like the next 2 years. So
I don't care if they have their first round picks. Like, they already got what, 10 guys here? I'm just counting, like under 24. These are like guys that you've heard of too.
and also like maybe if Josh Jackson actually become good for once.
Josh Jackson is terrible.
Yeah, bro. 4th pick overall. He's in the G League right now. I think we talked about this in the podcast like on the other day.
Yeah, it was are they a bust or not?
Yeah. And Grayson Allen. I know like it's like several NBA players like hate the kid because like college. He was like
Yeah, I mean he
bully.
was super dirty in college.
Uh-huh.
Even in the NBA, I think he's done some messed up stuff.
Yeah, there's one clip I remember seeing with Grayson Allen. I forget. It might have been a summer league game. But
Yeah,
I'm
I think it
not
was
sure.
summer league. He tripped somebody.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
He's got a tripping problem.
So,
Dirty.
Chicago Bulls.
This team also good. This team is gonna be so good.
Yeah.
I know it.
I'd hold on to what they got here.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look like a lot,
Kobe
like as
White.
much as the Grizzlies, but this team is so good.
You also have Otto Porter Jr. too. That's a nice pickup too.
Yeah.
Even though he's paid too much, but like still good pickup. And you have Wendell Carter Jr., Zach LaVine, Kobe White. I'm just saying he's a guard from North Carolina. Sounds familiar. I'm not saying he's the next Michael Jordan, but like
he is not the.
I know he's not. I'm saying he's not the next Michael Jordan, but like Chicago been doing
He's not
good.
having a bad year. He's averaging 13 points per game. Kobe White.
That's solid for like a rookie too. So, and also he was picking you up during like the end of the season too.
Yeah. I think this is a good team right here. Lauri Markkanen
is Chris Dunn coming off the bench too.
This team is just good. Like,
but again, they're like the Suns. They have no proof of winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also like with their former head coach, what's his name?
Tom Thibodeau.
Jim Boylen. That guy, like the Bulls play was like having like players only meeting because of him too. Yeah. So, but they at least got rid of him and try to rebuild their up front offense first before they start rebuilding their team. But I feel like I give them like 2 years to make the playoffs. Because Zach LaVine doesn't make the playoffs in 2 years. Like I mean, like Zach LaVine signed was trying to sign with the Kings too, and then the Bulls just got just accepted the offer because he was a restricted free agent.
Zach LaVine was on the Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't.
Oh man, that Timberwolves team would be nice if they would have kept him. They had like Chris Dunn, Lauri Markkanen, Karl-Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins.
What has happened to that Timberwolves team?
Oh my gosh, we'll get to them later, but yeah, the Bulls 2 years they'll be good. That's my opinion. The Boston Celtics.
They're already one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah. And also, they have Memphis draft pick for the next 2 years. Like, they're basically rebuilt better than the Sixers, let's be honest. Like, you know how the Sixers, like, tank, trust the process? Like,
that's cap. A few years ago, they were 10-72.
Yeah, but were the Celtics, like, did they even have to tank?
They didn't really have to tank because they had, like, the Brooklyn Nets draft pick. And then
they kind of just went
and then they bamboozled the Sixers with Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
How did Taco Fall get – Taco Fall went undrafted, or did he go drafted
he went undrafted. Their GM is just smarter than everybody else.
Yeah.
What'd they get Carson Edwards? Carson Edwards was a beast.
Carson Edwards. He was like Kemba Walker in the March Madness.
Yeah. He was like second round. When they get Romeo Langford, he's a beast too.
I think they got.
And they have like so many players that they don't even need, like Romeo Langford.
Yeah.
I feel like if Kemba gets Kemba's already like 30 years old. If Kemba's getting old, declining, they already have Carson Edwards to pick his the start over Kemba, and Kemba can mold Carson Edwards to be just like him, and that'd be a nice team in the future.
Carson Edwards is legit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he tore Villanova up in the tournament.
Yeah. Only problem with them is I think is just to sit. They need big man like Daniel Thetis, and Ennis Cantor is their only big man.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But Taco Fall has been shown to be a pretty cool pickup.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when he does play for the real team, he only plays 5 minutes. But what he does in those 5 minutes is always, if you look at his per 36 minutes, and they're ridiculous.
Yeah. So just like the Celtics, not as good as the Celtics, but we got the next team is the Sixers.
Now this
Blow it up.
is a team.
Blow it up.
This is a team.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
you guys are Sixers haters. I know for a fact. Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle are two of the best defenders in the league already. Shake Milton's a young scorer.
I just don't see them winning.
Yeah.
You can't see him winning? Last year, they were...
He overpaid Tobias Harris. He overpaid Al Horford.
Oh, for sure. They overpaid both of them. But do you see them anywhere on the... Wait, Emmanuel. Do you see them anywhere on the young talent right now? I don't at all. I don't see them anywhere on the young talent. Al Horford's 33, 34. I don't know. Tobias Harris is probably 29 or 30. I know he's been bounced around. But Shake Milton, Furkan Korkmaz they're so good. Their scoring ability is so good. Ben Simmons and Matisse, super, super athletic, super good on defense. Ben Simmons gets a jumper. He will be one of the best NBA players in the league.
I'm not even going to hear that anymore. Ben Simmons, if he gets a jumper.
Have you seen him? He averages 18, 9, and 9.
Only in the Sixers
without a jump shot. Think about that. He makes his team better.
I know, only if he had a jump shot, but it's never going to happen. He's going to keep posting videos of him hitting threes in a high school gym. And, I don't know. It's just
And also, the Sixers do have a 4-point line in their practice arena.
Zaire Smith.
Oh, man, Zaire Smith.
I don't know about him. I don't know about him being the backup shooting guard, whatever. But Joel Embiid and Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson was a good pickup. Not as good as a J.J. Redick shooting-wise, but he's a good defender. So he makes up for the defense that J.J. Redick lacked. And Joel Embiid's the best center in the NBA, so I don't.
The thing about the Sixers, they don't have a shot creator. Ben Simmons can't create his shot because he can't even shoot a shot.
Shake Milton's getting to be that guy. And you can see it. You saw it in the Clippers game, in the Sixers-Clippers game where they lost.
Yeah.
They had three injured starters. I think they had Al Horford and
I think no one was playing. No one was playing besides Matisse Thybulle.
I think it was only Al Horford maybe. And we lost by 6 points, and Shake Milton had 40 points, and he broke the record for 3-pointers in a row without a missed shot. So good. Shake Milton is going to be the one of the he's going to be a 6-man next year, most likely. 6-man of the year.
Or the Sixers probably won't sign him or trade him away like they trade away Landry Shamet.
Oh, I don't want to hear Landry Shamet.
Me and my dad was just talking about Landry Shamet, how the Sixers were so dumb to trade away for Tobias Harris. I don't know, I remember coming to school, everybody was so excited about the Tobias Harris trade. Oh, we got Tobias Harris, we're going all the way. And then get bounced in the second round by the Toronto Raptors.
I was never excited about getting Tobias Harris. I was I was excited, I won't say that. But Jimmy Butler, if we kept Jimmy Butler, this team is a whole lot different.
Yeah,
it's
but
true.
Jimmy Butler sees a bunch of
the Miami Heat has
beta males in that Sixers locker room, and, he's a real guy. So
I remember, I was listening to J.J. Redick podcast, and, Jimmy Butler was going off about how the Sixers, there was, no leaders on the team. Ben Simmons is not a leader. Joel's not a leader. Brett Brown can't even lead his team.
That's the first thing they should do. They should get a new coach.
Yeah.
With this team, it's kind of horrendous to be in the 6th seed behind the Indiana Pacers. If you just look at the talent next to each other, the Pacers didn't even have Victor Oladipo for most of the year.
Yeah, but I think
they're
Victor
lower than
Oladipo
the team in Indiana.
Victor Oladipo coming back is gonna make the Pacers worse for now. Like maybe they have one good game in the playoffs and it's like, oh, they're one up on the Miami Heat, but then the Miami Heat are just gonna come out and they're gonna play their game and they're gonna.
The thing is, like, if you guys see at the Sixers regular season schedule now, they have like a lot of easy teams. Like they're playing the Wizards multiple times and like the Spurs and stuff, the Suns. So like they're probably gonna go up in the rankings, become like the what was it, fourth seed? Yeah, the fourth or fifth seed to go against the Heat. And then they're gonna lose to the Heat anyways. But let's get right to the next team. The Atlanta Hawks.
This is a tough one. I don't really like Trae Young at all. I think he puts up numbers on a really bad team that loses a lot of games. Cam Reddish has kind of been underwhelming for what you thought he would be coming out of Duke. That being said, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, those are some real dudes. And Clint Capella has obviously proven it that he can do things with the Rockets.
He's like a shooter as well.
I feel like the problem with this team, they need more shot creators because Trae Young is the only shot creator.
Yeah, he can't do everything.
I feel like they need to pick up, like, in the draft, they need to get Anthony Edwards. If they get the top 5 pick, they got to draft Anthony Edwards.
That would be so sick.
And he's a good defensive player, too. Something that the team lacks, besides DeAndre Hunter and, like, Cam Reddish being, like, and Clint Capella only being, like, the good defensive players. And I feel like – and the thing is, like, the team has no spacing with John Collins and Clint Capella is playing too.
Yeah.
And like you can't put John Collins as a center. He's like 6'9", 6'8", so like that's not gonna work. So he's going. I feel like
might work nowadays if the Clippers play like Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah.
At the center.
But I feel like I think last year I thought like the Hawks were like probably like the 10th seed like in the East, like be 10th in the East, but like how they and also they had a hot start too. Like they beat the Heat, they beat the Sixers. Like they was having a hot start. Then John Collins got suspended, and then that's when it all went downhill. Trae Young got injured, and then but I feel like Cam Reddish. I feel like he's gonna be there. He said himself he wants to be like the best two-way player of all time. He has to compete against like Scottie Pippen, Kawhi.
That's a nice thought. I want Cam Reddish to succeed. He's a local around here, kind of went to West Town.
Yeah, the school's like an hour away from here too. So
I think.
Also, I met my dad met Cam Reddish too.
Did he?
Yeah, my basketball trainer used to be the trainer for Cam Reddish. Yeah, so. And then DeAndre Hunter, I feel like he's going to be the next Kawhi if he develops his offense more because his defenses are a stellar. So
they need one more guy on the Hawks that can get the ball into his hand instead of in Trae Young's hands.
Anthony Edwards.
Trae Young cannot. Like he's obviously good enough to like put up this numbers.
Yeah, but him putting up 40 shots a game isn't going to win you games.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you need more
shot creators.
People, that can just score.
So like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, basically.
Such a beast. Love Anthony Edwards.
Okay, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
No, not a team. This is not a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they messed us up so bad. What did they do?
Tom Thibodeau ruined this team so much. They have a perfect team. Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, Karl-Anthony Towns. They also have Lauri Markkanen and Chris Dunn too. Like, even though Chris Dunn's not a good starting point guard, but like he's young, he's good. So I feel like they messed up this team. And then I feel like that Andrew Wiggins trade, like I feel like they should have kept Andrew Wiggins because like at least he can play better defense than D'Angelo Russell. Like, I like the duo of Karl-Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell, but it's not going to work out.
It's not going to work, yeah.
And they can't sign no one in free agency because, like, these two players are taking up the whole entire cap space.
But I like some of these names. I like Malik Beasley. I like Jarrett Culver. And I like Josh Okogie.
I feel like he's going to be Jarrett Culver is looking like a bust right now. Like,
yeah, it's his rookie season, though. But what I saw
was
from
in like
Texas
6
Tech,
points a game.
yeah, but what I saw when he took Texas Tech to the final versus Virginia,
I lost.
I know, but it wasn't even controversial. I forget how that one went, but
I don't know. I don't really remember the last year's Final Four.
This is not a team anymore.
Yeah.
They looked like a team when they had Wiggins, Zach LaVine, and Karl Anthony Towns, but you can't just like say D'Angelo Russell, who got traded from the Lakers, or was he a free agent?
He was a free agent for the Nets. Got signed by the Warriors for some reason. No, it was a sign and trade. It was a sign and trade.
No, but at first, I mean, he started his career on the Lakers. Did he get traded?
Yeah,
or was
he got traded
traded
for Brook Lopez.
Yeah, exactly. And where's Brook Lopez now?
On the
Bucks. Exactly.
Well, like he became an All-Star last year. I feel like the Nets should have never got rid of DeAndre Russell. Like they should have kept that young core.
Everybody came off worse there.
Yeah.
They were building a little culture there, like
Yeah.
where the bench was doing their nice celebrations and they had some depth.
Yeah, and
they were a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
But then KD and Kyrie has to come and ruin the team, especially Kyrie.
Yes, it's more so Kyrie.
Yeah, like they should just went to the Knicks. Like honestly, I'd rather see them on the Knicks than the Nets because like DeAndre Russell will be a nice, perfect fit with Jared Allen, Joe Harris,
Maybe KD would have went to the Knicks if they won the draft lottery and got Zion. That would have been a different story. But then the Lakers never get AD, so
yeah,
I guess the NBA rigged it correctly again to make it interesting.
And also, like I feel like they just can't. Like Timberwolves just can't do nothing with free agency. They can't sign no one. They probably. Oh, do they have the? Yeah, they have their own draft picks, but they don't have their draft pick for next year. So that's in next year's draft class is probably gonna be good, unlike this year's draft class. So I don't really see a future for this team. This team's gonna be like tanking for like 20 more years again. Like they haven't besides Jimmy Butler year, they haven't been in the playoffs since like Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Love was there, didn't win. Karl Anthony Townsend's there, still didn't win. So let's go to the next team, the Mavericks.
There's not as many names here, but the guys that they do have are legit.
Yeah,
like Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. That's already pretty stacked there.
You can kind of compare this duo with like when they had Dirk and like Steve Nash.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And Luka Doncic just seems like he's not as much of a playmaker as Steve Nash.
Yeah,
but
he scores more.
He's a scorer. He's like a legit scorer.
And he's bigger.
Yeah.
And look at that. It says 20 next to his name.
Exactly.
He is way ahead of his time.
I know. Jalen Brunson and Justin Jackson are also going to be like.
Yep.
Yeah, this team's
that's a good team.
Honestly, next year they're probably going to be like going to be really good.
They're like the 7th seed this year, and they missed Luka for a lot of time.
Yeah. And they're like all the records from the 2 seed to the 4 seed or the 7 seed are like within
so close.
In my playoff prediction, I have them like losing to like the Clippers in the first round, like in game set, like by 7. Like
yeah, exactly. Like that's a good team.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if they had Luka, they're probably gonna be like a top 5 seed team. Honestly, maybe like the 2nd seeded team because at one point they were like the best team. And also, like they have their own draft pick for this year, but they don't. And then like the next year, the Knicks have their pick, but at least they have their own draft picks, unlike other teams. And they have the cap space to sign other players, too. So, the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oof. See, this is always hard. The Pelicans are –
They had such a bad start to the season, or else they might have been a playoff team, too.
Because they didn't have Zion for, like, I don't know, 2 months of the season.
And the other guys had to gel together.
And Brandon Ingram.
I really like the team.
Yeah.
I really like the team.
Yeah.
Even Jackson Hayes was a nice little draft pick.
Yeah.
Honestly, if the Pelicans never won the lottery that year, they probably would never trade Anthony Davis to like the Lakers. Because as soon as they saw like they got the number 1 pick, they probably just trade. They want Alonzo, they want Brandon Ingram, they want Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need like to pair up with Zion. the only problem with them, like, they have Jackson Hayes, but, like, they probably need a better big man. But, like, if Jackson Hayes can develop to be a great big man for them, now that would be a great team. And also, they also have Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's the cousin of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So, like, maybe he's going to be good like his cousin.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The Pelicans, they have so much young talent, so they're gonna need like a year or two to develop, like to be a good enough playoff team. But then JJ Redick,
this team like reminds like the Celtics like 2
Some
years
veterans.
they're losing a veteran off the bench who's like a good shooter. Like JJ Redick is a good shooter in the NBA.
Yep.
So
Any team would be lucky to have JJ Redick.
Yeah, but it just so happens that he ended up with a team that's rebuilding, which is unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I don't know why he signed with the Pelicans. I remember him saying he was like, "Oh, I want to retire as a Sixer and go to the Pelicans the next day."
Yep, me too, Manny.
Is
me too.
it a multi-year deal?
It's like
I don't
2
even know
years.
what he's.
It's 2 year.
Yeah,
2 years, 17
Sixers didn't sign him for a 2-year deal. You know, remember? I think, he didn't like.
Sixers probably cheaped him or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because like on his podcast, he said himself like when he went to negotiate for his new contract, he felt like the Sixers front office act like they didn't need him at all.
Well,
they really do need him. Am I right, Will?
No.
Yes.
No, we got Shake Milton coming off the bench. He's replacing him. He's 23, so we're good.
Yeah, but
we're just good. We're just great, Manny.
But I feel like if Jay, why did he join the Pelicans out all the teams? Like, he had the Lakers, the Clippers, like all these other teams.
Oh yeah, if he went to the Lakers, that team wins the championship this year, no matter what.
Like, if he went to Lakers, championship. Clippers, championship. Bucks, okay, Bucks are not gonna win a championship, but
because JJ Redick performs in the playoffs, like he does.
He never missed a playoff before.
Until this year.
So, next team, Denver Nuggets.
This is
I'm not even sure if he's going to miss the playoffs this year because the NBA made the format so that they could get Zion in.
Oh, yeah, like, if you guys see the schedule, like, you see, like, the Grizzlies playing, like, Lakers, Bucks, Clippers, like.
I know how it is. I know your agenda, NBA. I know you want Zion on national television.
But you hate Ja Morant, like.
Yeah, because Memphis is a small market. Not that New Orleans isn't, but.
Yeah.
This is a team.
Yeah, they've already proved it too, but the only problem is that they're like the regular season kings, and then they lose first round.
Yeah. And I don't know. Bull, obviously.
He's still in the G League too.
Yeah.
Well, isn't he coming back from injury?
Yeah, he's coming back from injury, so they have him in the G League. And also, I was surprised that Bull fell from he was supposed to be a lottery pick, and he fell from the lottery pick to a second round player.
Same thing with Michael Porter Jr. He would have been one of the top picks if he didn't get injured, and they stole him at 15.
That was a major steal. And now he's averaging 16 points a game. He's people were talking about him being rookie of the year since he was injured last year.
I mean that is a rookie.
Yeah,
too bad he's only averaging.
He's not really a rookie.
Did he play? Did he play last year?
I know, but he got the experience. He got to travel.
But he didn't play. The definition, according to Donovan Mitchell, is you have to play.
That was so stupid, Donovan. I agree with you that you should have been rookie of the year, Donovan Mitchell, but that was one of the dumbest sweatshirts you could ever wear.
Yeah. But Donovan Mitchell, and even though Donovan Mitchell put up better stats than Ben Simmons too.
That's such a lie.
And Ben Simmons is literally on a team with Joel Embiid. Who else?
Okay.
Joel Embiid, JJ Redick. That team's already going to make the playoffs regardless.
Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. Who is it now? Mike Conley.
Mike Conley. He was on the team when Donovan Mitchell was a rookie.
Who was the point guard? Who was it?
Donovan Mitchell, or I don't know.
It was Ricky Rubio.
Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, I remember Ricky Rubio.
Who were their forwards?
And also, he beat the Thunder in the first year. He deserved rookie of the year more than Ben Simmons.
Not Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons almost averaged a triple-double on the season.
If he's
a rookie.
He's a 6'10" point guard. He's supposed to get at least 10 boards a game.
for 82 games, that's more difficult than it seems, Emmanuel. Especially when you're paired up with the best big man in the NBA.
At the time, it was DeMarcus Cousins, but
What? No.
yeah. When DeMarcus Cousins was healthy,
2017.
2017, he was like having like an MVP year that year before he got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair.
He like had 40
And Joel
points,
wasn't
20
as
boards,
good as he
10
is now.
blocks, one game against the Celtics.
Okay. This is a team. That's it. That's all I have to say. Bull is.
Yeah, and Jamal Murray, he can be out there as you guys saw. Like
I don't know about Bull though. Like,
too bad Bol is a stick. Can you imagine Joel Embiid
exactly.
posting up Bol? He wouldn't have a chance.
Oh yeah, that'd be rough.
But at least Bol can like shoot and dribble. He's like more of a modern big man.
Like his dad. Just like his dad.
Monte Ball. Okay. The Charlotte Hornets.
No.
Dude, they're terrible.
Yeah.
They lose all their games. The only guy, Devontae Graham and Miles Bridges are good. Everybody else.
And
And
Malik Monk is like
a bust. Pure bust. Like, they drafted him before Donovan Mitchell, too, and Luke Kennard. Like, they couldn't need two of those players, Luke Kennard and Donovan Mitchell.
yeah,
Like, imagine if Kemba had Donovan Mitchell on his team.
Yeah, like Charlotte Hornets, I forget that they exist for like most of the year.
Yeah, I feel bad.
And then you see a clip on Sports
I
Center.
feel bad for like Carolina teams. Like they have the Panthers and they have the Hornets. Like I feel bad for them.
There's not that much of a market. There's no enthusiasm.
The only team they have is like college. Like that's the only thing you have to root for.
I just forgot about the Hornets last year until
Kemba left.
what's his name? No, until Jeremy Lamb hit a half court.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? The half court shot versus the Raptors. Like that was the last time I remember seeing him. And then I remember Terry Rozier signed with the
No, like it was like a sign and trade. It was a sign and trade with like the Hornets didn't want to pay Kemba Walker for some reason. So they did a sign and trade with the Celtics for Terry Rozier. And that was why would they get Terry Rozier? Like people probably didn't know like Devontae Graham was gonna people didn't really knew that Devontae Graham was gonna be good. I knew Devontae Graham was gonna be good because I saw him at a Sixers game. He was like destroying the Sixers. I'm like, oh, he might be up next. And then I see him, might win Most Improved Player this year. I'm like, oh, what did I say? And I was talking to my dad, like, what did I say last year? Devontae Graham. You're like, you did say that. So I'm saying and like getting Terry Rozier was just dumb. Like he's getting paid like for 3 years, $78 million. Not the greatest contract in the world. And then Malik Monk, we already said he's a buzz. Miles Bridges, like he shows potential. PJ Walker, you saw him the first game. He dropped like 30 points in his first game in the NBA.
PJ Washington?
Yeah, wait, I say PJ Walker. I mean PJ Washington. Yeah. And also, like, I feel like if they get a top 5 pick and get Anthony Edwards or James Wiseman, that would be nice for the team. Or Obi Toppins too.
This is not gonna be a team for a while.
Yeah, no.
Let me
blow it up.
tell you.
I don't know.
I don't even know what to do. Where's their big man? Like, where's their big man?
That's where James Wiseman comes into play.
And you think he'll be good enough? Like, you think he'll be like
James
Joel
Wiseman's
Embiid?
No, not yet.
Nikola Jokic or okay.
He's not going to carry the team to the playoffs first. They
got a few years before they are even thought about being a playoff team, and then they need to get better from that, and then they might come in at like a 6th seed. Because the West, but wait, no, they're the East, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the East.
They're the East. I still don't know. There's no way they're going to be better than the Bucks, the Raptors, the Celtics, the Sixers, the Nets next year.
Any team can be better than the Sixers.
The Pacers. What else? The Magic are going to be good, and what other team is there?
Nets.
The East is kind of shabby, but
and like they're not even better than the Hawks. They're not better than the Bulls, the Wizards.
Oh yeah, no, they have so much to do.
They're better than the Wizards, maybe.
The only team
they might like have a 0-0 draw if they play the game against the Wizards.
No, the only team like now
when they're healthy.
Yeah, when John Wall and
Bradley Beal.
And they just add Rihu Hachimura too, the Japanese player.
Yeah, he's good.
Now that's gonna be something. We can probably call him the Japanese freak too.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
That doesn't really roll off the tongue like Greek Freak.
Greek Freak, yeah.
Samurai, that'd be nice. Call him the Samurai. That's nice.
Maybe. It depends.
The DC Samurai. Now that sounds nice.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Stop trying to do
It
this.
does.
Stop.
Stop.
Okay. Okay, the New York Knicks.
This is awful. Dude, I don't like what direction they're going in at all.
Could have gotten KD. Could have gotten DeAndre Jordan.
Free agents don't want to go there anymore because they're so dysfunctional and their owner's such a jerk.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett cannot carry this team with Dennis Smith Jr. I should say. and
RJ
Kevin
Barrett
Knox.
was a pretty good pick so far, I'd say.
Yeah.
Dennis Smith Jr. is a bust. He's been bouncing around from team to team now.
This is only his second team, so not really bad.
Oh, was he drafted by the Mavs?
Yeah, he was drafted by the Mavs.
Kevin Knox, he's
I thought he
good,
got,
but
traded for Luka Doncic.
they just-
I mean,
They just
they just waved like Alonzo Trier. He was doing good. He was like doing good for the Maverick, like Knicks in his rookie year. They didn't really need to trade him away, but not trade him away, wave him away. And I feel like Mitchell Robinson, that was a steal. And RJ Barrett, that was a good pickup.
Mitchell
Frank Ntilikina,
Robinson
he's
is
a
a good
bust.
pick.
I think Julius Randle was like, if they since they didn't got Cade and Kyrie and like they're trying to build around RJ Barrett, like Julius Randle was like a nice pickup. But I didn't understand. They drafted like 3 power forwards. Like
Exactly.
They signed 4 power forwards. Julius Randle, Taj Gibson, Marcus Morris Sr., and who else?
I'm looking at
Bobby
this
Portis.
list, and it's like I see 3 forwards already. Mitchell Robinson is another big. Frank Ntilikina is just like not good, and Dennis Smith Jr. definitely cannot control the offense like a good point guard in the league. Like
Dennis
he can't
Smith
be the next
Jr. might be
Kemba.
out of the league soon enough.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like the thing is like if they're trying to develop Dennis Smith Jr., like at least give him a chance. Like they just benched him like instead of playing. They rather play Frank Ntilikina. I barely can pronounce his last name.
I think Frank has more potential than Dennis Smith.
Yeah, I mean when
That's who I'd get behind.
Knicks fans was upset when they didn't draft Dennis Smith Jr. They drafted Frank Ntilikina over Dennis Smith Jr. I feel like the injuries are really affecting Dennis Smith Jr.'s career. Cause he should potentially be the next Russell Westbrook, with his athleticism. And also, they probably could also who's in that draft class? Oh yeah, it was Donovan Mitchell was in that draft class. Could have drafted Donovan Mitchell.
But those are the kind of guys where did Donovan Mitchell even play in college? I don't even know.
Louisville.
Okay.
But I feel and probably the thing about drafting Cole Anthony, another guard that you don't need. They already have Alfred Payton, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr. Now they're going to draft a 4th guard just to confuse the team. They sound like the Sixers a couple years back when they had Nerlens Noel, and Jahlil Okafor.
Jahlil Okafor, good old Jahlil Okafor. Oh my God.
Oh, what a boss. Okay, the Orlando Magic.
No, not a team.
They're forming
Jonathan Isaac, Aaron Gordon.
Mo Bamba, I hate to say it, kind of a bust.
Mo Bamba is not.
I feel like if
good.
Mo Bamba gets traded to a team that actually need a big man, I don't know why the Magic even drafted Mo Bamba. They didn't even need Mo Bamba at all.
Markelle Fultz, bust. Mo Bamba, bust.
Not bust.
I don't know.
He dropped 20 points and 10 assists on the Lakers in a win. He beat the Lakers.
He had one good game.
Yeah, those are
a couple of good games. He shows flashes of being a superstar.
Not flashes of being a superstar. Flashes of having a good game.
Yeah,
guys in the NBA do that.
Also, he's the youngest player to ever get a triple-double. He did it on the Nuggets.
Markelle Fultz probably does well in Orlando because they have 2 people show up to the game, and he doesn't like it when there's Sixers fans that get on his case. He can't handle it.
I'm just saying, listen to me right now. Okay,
Markelle Fultz
next year, most improved player. Markelle Fultz, most improved player next year, dropping 20 points, 8 assists, 7 boards.
That is so crazy.
Most improved player. I'm just saying, Markelle Fultz. He's a 2-way slashing playmaker. He at least have a better 3-point shot than Ben.
Congratulations.
Okay, so do I.
What? Yeah, exactly. What? Like,
Micey does for sure.
what are his stat line? Like, what's his stat line this year? Because I know Ben Simmons puts up 18, 9, and 9. Markelle Fultz, you think Markelle Fultz is going to be like that next year? He's going to be dropping 22, 12, and 11.
Markelle Fultz is mentally weak.
He's going to be a role player on the Magic next year. He's going to drop. If he's lucky, he'll drop 15 points.
The last three games, like before the NBA shut down, he dropped 24 points, 4 boards, 5 assists, 18 points, 1 board, 5 assists, 14 points, 4 boards.
What teams? Do you know
Timberwolves,
what teams he played against?
Rockets, Grizzlies.
So wait, Timberwolves what?
He dropped 18 points on the Timberwolves. He dropped 24 on the Rockets. And
The Rockets are allergic to defense. That's one thing.
That's true.
Exactly.
He shows potential. Potential.
No, the Grizzlies,
Like
and the Timberwolves.
It's in like a game where nobody's paying attention. I care about if you can do it good in a game that's like
matters.
And the Sixers fans are there, and you're like,
if you can do that on Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle, I would be amazed. Like, I would actually be amazed.
I'm saying
then Manny, if he did that against the Sixers and he dropped 24, 7, and 8 on the Sixers, I'll say he may have a flash of being a superstar. But he's not doing that on Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle.
But
There's no shot. He's not good enough.
I'm just saying the Magic is forming a good team right here. The Magic is forming a good team.
No,
I don't
Jonathan
really like
Isaac and Aaron Gordon, wasted young talent. Aaron Gordon maybe not, but Jonathan Isaac. Yeah, I'd say Aaron Gordon. Both wasted young talent on this team because they're not going to win any championships here.
Seems like they're in like that middle spot where you don't want to be. You either want to be competitive or kind of rebuilding and tanking.
Exactly.
They're kind of like the 8 seed, 7 seed.
They're just they'll always be in the middle until they make the jump.
I remember last year, DJ Augustine was beat the Raptors the first game in game 1 of the first round. And everyone was thinking oh man, the Magic are gonna upset the Raptors, and that Raptors came winning the next 4 games after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were so good. I remember I was at the Phillies game for the game 1 of Raptors Sixers, and I was just I kept looking at the TV, and I'm like, oh well, we're down 15, and
oh my gosh,
it was so bad.
Anyway, that was the Sixers year.
And they blew it. Honestly, the Sixers' best year was 2017. That was my favorite Sixers year.
No, but that was their best team last year.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
I remember I played one of our friends on 2K, and he was using that Sixers team, and I raged so hard that I threw a controller right through my TV. That's how good that team was.
Yeah. So the Sacramento Kings.
They're building a little something here. I kind of like their team. Buddy Hield, their backcourt is legit. The Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield combo.
Hield is a good shooter. I don't.
Marvin Bagley still has some time, and Harry Giles came in the league with 2 blown ACLs at the same time, so I don't even know what he's doing right now. But he had some terrible injury when he got drafted, so he fell way down the order.
Yeah.
I feel like they're building a nice good team here.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox. This is my second favorite team in the whole entire NBA, and that's saying a lot. And I'm just saying, if Luke Walton is he's not a good coach because he benched Buddy Hield for Bojan Bogdanovic. And Buddy Hield's still dropping 20 points a game off the bench. I feel if they can get a good big man, and they already have Harrison Barnes, and he's a decent small forward right now, but they probably can replace him in the draft. And they're tied with the Trailblazers, Pelicans, and they're tied with the Trailblazers and Pelicans. They have a chance of making the playoffs too, because they're all 3 games behind the Grizzlies. And everybody's sleeping on the Kings too. The Kings are
I could
major slept on.
I could see that. Them being the 8th seed.
it's kind of weird seeing like the Kings making the playoffs before like the Suns and like the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Like last time this team made playoffs, like Chris Webber was still playing.
Oh my gosh. When they got scammed by the Lakers and the Raps.
Yeah. Like Kobe, like
But that's besides the point.
Yeah. Okay, the Pacers.
See, I only see 4 names.
Yeah.
Like,
No. There is only 4 names.
Yeah.
no, I know. There's only 4 names, which is like Miles Turner is a beast. Malcolm Brogdon.
He did won Rookie of the Year over Joel.
You know, it's not about like young core for them. They kind of just have like a good team. Like they have Victor Oladipo and
Domantas Sabonis is a good like.
He was an All-Star this year. He kind of looked out of place in the All-Star game. It's like.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw him in the All-Star game. Like I know he was like doing good this year, but like.
I know, but it didn't look like he was supposed to be there.
Yeah, everybody knew like.
Everybody knew
that Jimmy Butler, Bradley Beal deserved to be there.
Yeah. There was like a few people that thought that were doing better than Domantas Sabonis, but
Paul George was in the All-Star game.
Yeah, it's a solid team, but I don't think it's about their young core. I think it's just that they have a good team.
Yeah,
and a team that works together.
And also, they had like T.J. Warren last year too. And that was a nice pickup.
T.J. McConnell too.
Yeah, T.J. McConnell left the Sixers.
T.J. McConnell, love him.
He's a good point guard.
He's a good point guard that left the Sixers for a reason.
He plays hard.
No,
like
not for a reason. Not for a reason. He said he wanted to stay in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but they didn't pay him because the Sixers are stupid.
They're really stupid for not keeping T.J. McConnell. If I were to keep one person out of Jimmy Butler and J.J. Redick and T.J. McConnell for just like not even just like the sole purpose of scoring, T.J. McConnell is just like
he's
his
a hustler.
defense. Exactly. He's just got like the little dog mentality. He's got like a big dog mindset, but he's like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like I said before, they have their own draft picks too, so they can still draft like young talents too, like late in the first round. So, okay, the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
legit team.
The only problem with this team, they don't have their own draft pick for the next year, but like they're already making the playoffs too. Like no one thought the Miami Heat was going to make the playoffs this year with Jimmy Butler. I thought like, oh man, the Miami Heat's going to be like one of the worst teams in the league, and like Bam Adebayo, he's one of the contenders for most improved player. Like I feel like, in my opinion, I think Bam Adebayo is most improved player over Brandon Ingram, and like they got Tyler Hero, Chris Nunn, who's like a contender for Rookie of the Year, Duncan Robinson, Derrick Jones Jr., and they have Jimmy Butler. He's a veteran player. So, like, this team's –
they made it smart. They got Tyler Harrow's a good shooter. Duncan Robinson's a good shooter. Bam Adebayo's legit. Kendrick Nunn, they got undrafted.
And also, like, they have, like, probably the top 5 best head coach in the league coaching the team. So
Eric Spoelstra, underrated. Or, I guess underrated.
And they have the cap space to sign a free agent, too.
Yeah.
But as you guys see on the future first round draft picks, like teams like Oklahoma City has like all their draft picks for like the next couple of years.
I wouldn't go too crazy about that.
You can find some sleepers in the late first round picks. So
they already find sleepers like Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson though.
Yeah. And also the Heat are really good at developing their young players too. Like some teams aren't good at developing young players. Sixers. So,
Ben Simmons, Rookie of the Year, Joel Embiid, best center in the
Laurie
NBA.
picks.
Shake Melton, you can.
Okay, let's get to the next team. Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, not a team. Not a team. Pass.
This is terrible.
Cleveland Cavaliers are.
I can't even look. I can't even look.
Is Colin Sexton and Darius Garland?
Oh no! I don't know why he drafted Darius Garland. Oh, we're trying to make the next Trailblazers. Like, bro, they're both like 6'2", 6'1", like the smallest backcourt in the whole entire league.
Colin Sexton's wasted talent, and Kevin Love cannot carry a team with Colin Sexton. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, if I was Colin Sexton, I would ask for a trade. Kevin Porter Jr., that was a nice pick, draft, like, steal in the draft, but, like, another waste of talent there. Darius Garland, a bust. He's a bust. Like, is he, like, averaging, like, 9 points a game?
I don't know. This team's just.
I was looking at draft comparison. They compare him to Kyrie Irving just because he got injured that one college season. He's a bust. He got drafted with a 6th pick overall. Like, honestly, I don't know what were they thinking. Like, they could have drafted Jared Culver. That'd probably be a better pick than Darius Garland. But,
They could have drafted Carson Edwards. It would have been a better pick.
Yeah, and they can make a better backcourt than Darius Garland and Colin Sexton.
Exactly.
At least they have their own draft picks, and the Cavs traded for Andre Drummond for some reason, even though they don't even need Andre Drummond.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But that's not a good enough team
That was
at all.
the dumbest trade. They don't have a future at all. They're going to be rebuilding until LeBron James' son comes to the team.
Retires. No, until he retires.
Until LeBron James' second son retires the team. So
Exactly.
okay, the Golden State Warriors.
They have one bad season. Everybody thinks they're dead. Wait till Curry has a full season next year. Klay Thompson has a full season next year, and they legit have a squad.
And Draymond.
And see all these young core players. They have Eric Pascal, Andrew Wiggins,
They're all
Kevin
good.
Looney. Like, they're all good, and they have the top 5 pick for they're gonna get a top 5 pick this year.
Yeah.
They can draft James Wiseman. They can draft.
They're gonna get a good pick, and they already have one of the best teams when they're not hurt. I'd say.
If they don't want that pick, they can just trade a pick away for a better player.
Like imagine your 1 through 4, Curry, Clay, Wiggins, and then Draymond.
Oh yeah, they also have the Minnesota Timberwolves pick for next year, so they can literally just trade. If they don't want if they don't get the first pick, they get the 5th pick and can't take James Wiseman. They can just take those 2 picks and just trade for a better big man that they need.
This team's gonna be good for a little bit longer until their superstars start falling off a little bit. They're gonna be
until
good.
Eric Pascal retires.
Nah, I don't know about that. They'd be
Eric Pascal.
He is third.
When he retires,
he's
they'll
top
have
5.
another 10 years.
Yeah, he is top 5 for Rookie of the Year this year. So
Yeah, Eric Pascal is good. All these Villanova guys, they play good in the NBA because they're smart.
the Sixers drafted the Villanova guy, Cal Bridges.
Yeah, but they traded him away for Zaire Smith.
Well,
you guys do this shit on purpose. You guys do it on purpose.
We planned this.
Yeah. Okay, they'll go State Thunder.
No.
Why? They're already making the playoffs this year.
Joking, Manny. I'm joking. I'm just trying to make you mad. They're a good team. Nerlens Noel is not what you think he is. I know from experience. Believe me.
I can't believe the most amazing thing is that Steven Adams is still 26. Oh.
Oh my God, he is.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
That is. I thought he was
Manny went a little ham on the young talent here because I don't know who Lou Gentz Dort is.
Right. I know.
He kind of
down to Abdel Nader. I don't know.
The
who
young talent is kind of in quotation marks.
Yeah, remember Diallo? He won the dunk contest.
I know who Hamidou Diallo is.
Ferguson, Baisley.
I don't know why we drafted Darius Baisley. He didn't play college last year. He played He was an Under Armour.
New Balance.
So yeah.
Okay, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Dennis Schroeder's.
Shai is legit.
Steven Adams though is a beast. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Hamidou Diallo is a beast. He's gonna be a beast. Hopefully, he can help with the team. Terrence Ferguson, Abdel Nader.
I heard rumors that Chris Paul, the next one, Chris Paul, if the next one, Chris Paul, we can get, if you guys give us R.J. Barrett, we can have a Canadian duo.
Only the Knicks would do that trade.
Yeah, but it's the Knicks, so it's gonna happen because they're gonna do a dumb trade.
And Nerlens Noel is not what you think he is.
Yeah,
right?
Nerlens Noel is not good at all, but he's a backup center. He's at least a decent backup center, better than Okafor.
That's for sure.
Good thing I don't have Okafor. We have what's his name, Kylo Quinn and
Al Horford.
Oh yeah, Al Horford, the only person who could shut down Embiid. Right.
Yeah, but can shut down.
I forgot to remind.
Shut down your own team too.
No.
And the Caps can shut down the cap space. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, he did. I won't lie.
And then look at all these draft picks. They have the most draft picks in the whole entire league right now.
I know. Tell me when they make it past the second round though, and I'll.
Yeah.
And their GM nailed this last offseason.
Yeah. Like when the Paul George trade went through, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of upset. I was really upset about it. I was like,
but
why
I was telling you back then that
Mhm.
this is the right move because
Mhm.
it wasn't working, and
Yeah,
then
and we're making the playoffs too. We're still winning games with Chris Paul.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought, by December, we were gonna trade Chris Paul for draft picks and young
Billy
players.
Donovan is a really good coach too.
Yeah, like I know when before last season, I thought everybody thought Billy Donovan was gonna get fired. He wasn't really a good head coach with Russell Westbrook, and when Cade was on the team, with Paul George was on the team, couldn't really manage all those egos right there. But now he gets to start brand new with an actual leader with Chris Paul. I'm not trying to bash Russell Westbrook, but Chris Paul is
Westbrook is a leader.
Yeah, he's a leader, but Chris Paul's probably more easier to actually to play with.
Chris Paul's a leader, but he's also aging
and a whiny baby.
And not as good as Russell Westbrook.
At all.
But back in his day, he was way better. Or maybe, I don't know.
In 2010s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Clippers team is insane.
Honestly, Chris Paul, when he was in his prime, in the 2010s, he's probably the top 3 best point guards in the 2010s with Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, and Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And also, I gotta say, all these draft picks, we have draft picks from Miami, Houston, LA, Denver. Does that say Philadelphia? Yeah, Philadelphia's right there too. We have your draft pick. So let's get on to, that's the last team. That's the last team. So I think, we got the Raptors.
Okay.
Raptors.
I mean, these guys all already have rings.
Mm-hmm.
And
Patrick McCaw is the best because he was with the Warriors and then he went to the Raptors and won a ring there too.
Never lost the NBA Finals. Michael Jordan couldn't do it. Kobe couldn't do it. LeBron couldn't do it. Even Bill Russell couldn't do it. I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
He's 24. He's also 24.
He's only 24 years old too. And he never lost the finals. I'm just saying. Greatest player
never
of all
lost
time.
an NBA season?
No, he's been on the winning finals team for every time he's been in the NBA. Every season he's been in the NBA.
Yeah, but so was. Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, but this team's already good. Their coach, who is it? Nick Nurse.
Yeah, Nick
Beast.
Nurse.
He's a good coach.
Oh yeah, and the absolute steal, Terrence Davis. He went undrafted. I heard a story how he told all the NBA teams not to draft him so he can get signed by a good NBA team and actually have a good, decent season. Because he was recruited for football and basketball. Decided to play basketball because it's probably more tougher to get into the NBA than the NFL. And look at him now. He's getting paid for he got signed for a 2 to 4 year contract, I think. And also they had their own draft picks and OG Anunoby. I'm just saying, OG Anunoby. He can't be the next Kawhi if he develops.
He's a really good defender.
I know they put him on LeBron that one season. It didn't really work out, but that showed that they believe in OG. OG. So, and then Pascal, most improved player last year. He was talking about him being most improved player this year again because he had a better season than last year. And Fred VanVleet.
SCP. And they have Nick Nurse, one of the best coaches in the league too. So
already.
So I think that's all we have for right now. So let's start off. So I'm going to challenge all you guys to see if you guys can draft the best player.
But say less.
2010 edition, so it's all through the 2010s.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, let me just get everything set up right now. Okay, so
this is just me and Getz. It's not a.
Yeah, not me.
All right, bet.
Okay, and also all the people are at home who's watching this right now. So you got 3. So you're a team that almost there to make the playoffs. You just need one thing to make the playoff push. You already have a guard who can run the point. You don't need a guard. You need a forward or a shooting guard, and that's all you need. The first person, he was called the greatest player in college basketball for since a long time ago. And then he averaged 23 points, 5 assists, 5 boards, a steal, a block. He had the highest PR all these 3 players. But the thing is, he's only a point guard. He can't really run shooting guard as well as point guard. The second player, he's a 4. He's probably the safest pick you can do. Average 16.7 boards, has a 22 PER, has 57 true shooting percentage. He's probably the safest pick you can do. But you also have this a guard who can also play shooting guard. So probably a nice pick of the two. He has the highest true shooting percentage. He has a 21.5 PER, averaging 19 points a game. So who are you going to pick with your first pick overall?
Wait.
Well, what's TS?
True shooting.
Okay.
I think this guy on the left has to be too good to be true. So I'm thinking either
that too.
middle or the right.
Okay,
So I think I'm going to take the 6'3" guard, 19 years old, one and done.
I'll take the 6'8" forward then, 19 years old.
Okay, so guys, you just drafted Malik Monk and
holy crap.
Will just drafted Jason Tatum.
Woo!
Dude, I had a sneaking suspicion that was Markelle Fultz.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if I end up drafting Markelle Fultz, I would look like the biggest idiot ever.
I saw it, and then I looked at the turnovers too. That was like the main thing I looked at.
Mm-hmm.
But I know Malik Monk had less, but whatever. Good pick. I like the pick.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum. All right.
Okay, next. So you're a team that's like in the middle, like almost about to make the playoffs, but like not quite yet. You have a late lottery pick. Like they're probably like not good as the top lottery picks, but you can pick up a nice person to surround your team. You have a superstar guard who literally just made the All-Star game. Your All-Star guard is 1 year away from leaving for free agency. You need to pair him up with someone good. Who you pick?
We got two-year prospects. Wait. Can you say the situation again?
Okay, so you have an all-star guard who's about to leave for free agency. You need to pair him up with a shooting guard. All these people can play shooting guards too, by the way. And you need to pair him up with him before he leaves for free agency, because that's pretty much this all-star superstar guard is probably the best player you ever got in history of your team.
You know, again, I have a sneaking suspicion of who one of these guys is. And I know that they're good, but I'm not gonna pick them. I'll just because if I was honestly deciding who I want here, I really like how efficient the 6'5" guard, 21 years old, 2 years prospect on the right is.
I was gonna say the same thing. I like the.
Okay, if we're gonna pick the
15.7.
same guy here, I have a sneaking suspicion that guy on the left there is Donovan Mitchell.
And you were right. It is Donovan Mitchell. The Charlotte Hornets drafted Malik Monk over Luke Kennard, and Luke Kennard and Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, I'm not too bad with Luke Kennard here.
These two players can also help like Kemba Walker. They probably could have prevented Kemba Walker from leaving. So, and probably could have made the playoffs that year.
I like Luke Kennard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like everything. I don't know. Wait, who's in the middle? You said Malik Monk?
Malik Monk.
All right.
You know what's funny? I drafted Malik Monk last time, and then this time the same exact stat line popped up, but I just wasn't looking at it.
I didn't even realize that, actually. It's funny. All right, let me see this.
Okay, this is the third pick overall. The first two best player probably in the whole entire draft. This guy drafted. So you guys felt like you got snubbed, but you still have a chance to draft some good players. Right here, the center, the 6'11" center. He's probably he had the best call season out of everybody in the draft. He's probably gonna be the best, but you already have two big men, but those two big men are injury prone. So you probably might not want to pick him up just in case your two big men won't be as good as they were. And then you have a 6'11" forward who's an international prospect. He averaged 8 points a game. Doesn't look good, but he does come from overseas, and overseas players usually do good. Yeah. And then you got guard. He was the reason why he doesn't average so many points because he came off the bench in college, but he shows that he can be a lottery pick. Who you gonna pick?
I'll take the international prospect.
Okay.
So I have two bigs that are injury prone,
Uh-huh.
and I need a guard. I'll take. I might take the big and then trade one of the injury prone one away for like a guard or young talent, young draft picks. I don't know.
Yeah, you sound just like Sam Hinkie when he drafted Okafor over Devin Booker and Kristaps Porzingis.
I thought I was getting Giannis.
Kristaps Porzingis is 7'3", isn't he?
I'll take.
Oh, at the time he was 6'11".
Oh. Okay, I see this now. I understand this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like
He's
my
a beast
pick.
in college.
I'd take him over Devin Booker too.
Mhm. And
Can't believe Devin Booker didn't
there was two
start college.
injury-prone big men were New Orleans Noel and Joel Embiid. And also at the time they had Michael Carter Williams too, who they thought was going to be the next big thing.
Michael Carter Williams.
Wow, Sixers just had terrible draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
So many of them. It makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Jahlil Okafor, Devin Booker.
Okay, so you have a superstar big man. You need to pair him up with a guard because he's getting frustrated about being the only good player on his team. All these guards you just need a guard. You need a point guard or shooting guard. It doesn't even matter. All these guards are great guards, and one player is a one and done. He probably should stay college for one more year, as you see his stats. And you have these two other players are 2 years and 3 year prospect. The 3 year prospect averaging 14 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and 2 steals. He shows defensive potential. And you have the other guard who shows that he can be an elite shooter, having the highest true shooting percentage at 63%, averaging 42 points a game. But he did play the most minutes, so it can't be empty stats.
This is the toughest one. This one's tough. I think I'm gonna go with. I like some experience in college. I'm not as in on the one and done players, so I'm gonna go with the 3 year prospect on the left here.
I was gonna go with the right 6'6", 2 year prospect.
Okay, so Will, you're just like the Sacramento Kings when they drafted. What was this? Nick Stauskas.
Jeez.
So they could have
Great draft pick, man.
Uh-huh.
Even me, I got Alfred Payton, so whatever.
And the Kings had a chance to take in Zach LaVine.
Jeez. It's like I like the I don't know, the points per game, the rebounds, assists. I don't know, the turnovers also. Like
Tough being
Alfred
an
Payton,
NBA GM.
I don't even acknowledge the 3.4 turnovers per game.
Uh-huh.
It's like I don't even.
I didn't even see that Alfred Payton had 3.4 turnovers per game. Oh my
Well,
word!
he probably got the turnovers from his hair.
Yikes! Still drafted him. Still taking him.
Yeah. So you have the number 1 pick overall. You have a future superstar point guard. You used to have a superstar 4 who just left your team 2 years ago in free agency. Who are you going to pick? A 2 year prospect who has 16 points a game, shows defensive potential, and also can shoot the ball.
I know who I'm getting. Listen.
The guy in the middle is a international prospect. Doesn't show really nothing potential, but he can be a project that you work later on over the years. And then the guy on the right, he shows that he can be a nice stretch big. Who you pick?
Okay, I'll go first. I don't like the outline of the guy on the right. Definitely looks like the mascot, the Suns mascot from 2K. I'm not joking.
Oh my gosh!
I know who I'm getting with at the middle. I'm going with the 6'9" international prospect.
Yeah, give me the international prospect. Also, I want to see.
I know who it is.
Yeah,
too.
it's Giannis.
It's Giannis. Yeah.
Cleveland Cavaliers drafted Anthony Bennett. They could have Otto Porter Jr. That'd be a good pickup, or Giannis. That'd probably be the best. No one knew that Giannis was going to be like an MVP. No one knew. He's like 18 years old from Greece, averaging like 9 points a game in Greece. Like,
he was such a project.
He was a project, and that was,
for sure.
He went to like the perfect spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
He got so much better.
I knew who I was getting at, but the outline, you cannot tell me the outline did not look like the mascot.
Yeah, it did. It did. Like, I couldn't find like a good outline for Anthony Bennett, so I had to cut my own outline.
I got you.
This is Otto Porter on the left side here.
Mm-hmm. From Georgetown. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I saw a video that Otto Porter Jr. He might be related to Will Chamberlain. He kind of do look like Will Chamberlain.
He does look like him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who knows? Will Chamberlain allegedly had over like 1,000 relationships.
Yeah. He slept like 20. Like how many girls was like 1,000 girls?
Yeah, in his book, he said something like that.
What a legend.
What a legend.
Okay. So you have a superstar big man again, like I said before. All these players shows that they can be great scorers, but the problem is the guy in the middle. He's from a smaller school, but he is a 4-year prospect. But just because he's from a small school doesn't mean he probably puts. Just because maybe he's putting up empty stats on a bad team. And on these two guys are from established schools like Duke, Kentucky, Michigan, like all these March Madness schools. So and the first guy, the 6 foot guard. The reason why people don't want to draft him because he's undersized as a guard. They probably want a bigger guard, like the 6'5" guard. Who you guys pick?
I think I kind of like. I don't like the guy in the middle as much because of the turnovers and like the assists per game. And really, I don't like the assists per game for the guy.
Guard with 3 assists per game. I didn't even see that.
I like the 6.7 assists, 1.6 steals, 18.6 points per games, and 2.2 turnovers. Give me the guy on the left, 6 foot, 2-year prospect.
I'll take the guy in the middle though because the guy's 6 foot, and I get a 4-year prospect here. I want to see who this is.
Okay. Well, you just drafted C.J. McConnell. The Kings could have drafted C.J. McConnell, but he drafted Ben McLemore. And I think Trey Burke was drafted like right before C.J. McConnell. So, and no one knew C.J. McConnell was going to be as good because he came as a point guard. The Trailblazers converted him to a shooting guard, so that's why he doesn't really average that many assists because he wasn't really a traditional point guard.
That makes sense. I just like the turnovers. Like it always plays like I look at the turnovers a lot.
Always like to look at like the PER true shooting percentage to see like how efficient and see like how many minutes he play. Like if they average like 35 minutes a game, put up these stats like that can just play empty stats right there for a bad team. But C.J. McConnell, like he won Most Improved Player like in his 2nd or 3rd year. So like no one really knew he was going to be as good as you guys saw. And that 2013 draft class wasn't as the best. The only good people that came out was Dennis Schroeder, Steven Adams, Giannis, and like Victor Oladipo and C.J. McConnell. So let's go to the next person. So you got snubbed from the first round. You feel like you got snubbed in the lottery. So you could have had like probably the greatest player, like one of the greatest players of all time. Not the greatest player of all time, but like he probably can turn your team around. But you have a chance to draft someone who's not as good, but at least good enough for your team. And you basically just need anything, and you have a chance for it. So you have a two-year 6'6" guard, average 16 points a game, 6 boards. And he has the lowest turnovers of all these players, and he has the highest PER. The second person is a 6'7" forward. He shows that he's great on defense, but he can work a little bit on his offense. That's the real problem with him. And he did play with a player who just got drafted with the first pick in this one national championship. And the third person is a guard who is a one-and-done prospect, 6'3" guard. He probably can play point guard, shooting guard, has the highest true shooting percentage, and averages 14 points a game and 6 boards.
What was the situation again for my team?
You just got robbed from the first pick.
We got robbed from the first pick. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they just need anything. They just need talent. And they already have a great point guard, superstar point guard, a young superstar point guard.
I'll take the 6'7" forward then in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, I like him too.
Okay, you guys are just like the Charlotte Hornets when they drafted Michael Kidd Gilchrist over Terrence Ross and Bradley Beal.
I'd honestly take that. I would honestly take that.
Yeah.
Over Bradley Beal? Like, Michael Kidd just showed that he's a bust. He didn't
It
really develop
was
his
a
offense.
super weak draft class.
Yeah.
No, there was like Damian Lillard was in that draft class.
Out of Weber State. Where did he even get drafted?
And like you got Bradley Beal coming from Florida. That'd probably be a nice pickup for next to Kemba Walker.
Who was the first pick in the draft?
Anthony Davis.
Oh shit.
And remember, this is like the Hornets team that had the worst record of all time.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be any happier if I drafted Terrence Ross, and I'll be slightly happy if I draft. Okay, Bradley Beal. That's a player that you want. Yeah, that's what we missed.
I don't know. It was just like whatever for these guys. Yeah. I wouldn't rather have Terrence Ross over Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Yeah, maybe Michael Kidd-Gilchrist in my situation now. I'm running the team now.
If you're running the team, you probably can develop him better, make him develop his offense. Because the problem with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, he never really developed offense over his year. He's only a good defensive player.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a team that has a superstar big man. You don't really need a 6'9". You probably don't need a 6'9" forward because he plays like a traditional big man, but they play him as a forward spot. You have the 6'2" guard. He's undersized and he's from a small school. But you also have the 6'4" guard who's he's a one-done from a big name school. So he's probably going to be like the best out of the three options. But the 6'2" guard shows that he can score. And he can dish up the ball with 4 assists, and he can grab boards with 5 boards and play defense. He only has 2 turns a game.
See, obviously, looking at all the green, it does something to my brain, and it makes it look all pretty to me, and it just wants me to pick it. But I don't know. I look at the forward. We have a big man. He averages 17.7 points per game and 12 boards. And almost a block per game. That's pretty insane.
I like the guard or I like the forward. I'm not picking the one and done here.
Yeah.
Who's your 5 picks?
I'll go with the 6'2" guard for your prospect.
Okay. I'll go with the forward then.
Okay, I guess. You just drafted Damian Lillard. The Kings could have drafted Damian Lillard, but they drafted Thomas Robinson.
Who even is this man's on the right? Thomas
Right.
Robinson. Okay, I've drafted Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, so.
Jesus.
So right now, you guys can have a line with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum and DeMarcus Cousins. Man.
Oh, we're the Kings. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
Kings.
Let's
go. Okay, Okay, so again, you have So you're a rebuild team. You've been rebuilding for a while. You need to become you used to be a great team. 10 years ago, you just won the NBA championship, but you haven't been the same since. You need someone to build around. You have all these guards right here. 2 of them are undersized guards who probably comes from smaller schools, and 1 guard is a guard who comes from a big top school. Who you guys pick?
Dude. Look at.
I don't want to go with the guy on the left because I have
29 points per game.
I have a really weird feeling about him. Like a very weird feeling.
Experience, 4 years of college.
The cutout looks like Josh Hart.
Yeah, but Josh Hart didn't average 29 points per game. The problem might be, the cutout looks like it was on rookie day, and then he sat on the bench for the rest of the year.
Okay. I see all the green again, and I want to pick him, but no, it's gonna be.
I've made up my mind. I'm going with the 6'3", 20 years old, one and done.
I was gonna say that too.
Okay, you guys are just like the Pistons when they drafted Brandon Knight over Kemba Walker.
You know what? I knew the 29 points was too good to be true. That's Jimmer for dead. He averaged out on, BYU?
Yeah, BYU, a Mormon school.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I knew something was up with him.
Okay, this is the last one.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you're a team that
I know who's in the middle. I know who's in the middle.
A couple players away from making the playoffs. You don't need a small forward or a point guard. You probably need a big man. You definitely need a big man.
I'm not picking the big. Not doing it. You're not tricking me, Manny.
I don't know who these guys are. I don't know how you know.
I'm most certain I know who the guy in the middle is. I'm
Okay.
picking the guard on the right, 6'7", 3-year prospect.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to go with the guy that Micey knows who he is. I'm going to go with this
I'm
6'11"
pretty sure.
forward, 20 years old on the left.
Okay. So my
Wait, hold up.
Okay.
Is the guy in the middle Greg Monroe?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Like,
Wow.
And you're just
that's
like
it.
the Sixers when
That's
they
it.
drafted Evan Turner over DeMarcus Cousins.
And I get DeMarcus Cousins. Okay, I think
Dude,
I'm.
Dude, Evan Turner is a good role player.
Yeah, but he still left your team. Still left the Sixers too.
Yeah.
Look at the
DeMarcus
picture of
Cousins
Greg
is injury
Monroe.
prone. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
literally
Greg
know.
Monroe
got
in
injured
the
prone
German
when he, like-
basketball league.
He got injury prone like when he was like 28 years old. Like he was still good.
He's a
like,
ring chaser. He's been on four
The thing
teams
is,
in like
think about
3
it.
years.
Andre Iguodala, Drew Holiday, and DeMarcus Cousins. That the Sixers could have drafted, could have all those players at the same time.
Yeah, but we had Andrew Bynum at the time. We got him from the Lakers, and we thought he was going to be something, but he was.
Yeah, after the
never.
Andre, this was like before the Andre Iguodala.
That was like.
Okay, I think I did pretty well here. And
Yeah.
I avoided
I did.
Markel Fultz, which was my biggest.
Yeah, me
Even though
too.
he's a future superstar, but
Yeah, but I just didn't want to be a hypocrite and draft Markel Fultz. What that would look like.
yeah. So I think that's pretty much it as we have for this podcast for today. This is a long one too. So, like I said, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys are watching from YouTube. Comment down below, give us our thoughts. If you guys are watching from Apple Podcasts, make sure you guys subscribe and give us 5 stars so we can be like in top rankings for podcasts. On Spotify, follow us right there. And if you guys want to give us your own thoughts, you can go on Anchor and send us a voice message so we can react it to the next time we have a podcast. And you can also go comment down below on the YouTube channel.
And tell Isaiah Thomas I'm looking for him.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta put that on the TikTok.
Yeah,
Don Tesla Pod.
1-on-1,
Yeah,
game to 11.
Oh yeah,
ones and
yeah,
twos.
yeah. Follow us
Or
on
no,
TikTok
twos and
too.
threes,
We have a
twos and
TikTok, Don Tesla Pod.
Yeah.
Don Tesla Pod, baby.
And I think we are out.